Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Today we are on the first day of the brand new season, which means we have a brand new rule set. This is Regulation C, which allows the Ruin Legend Pokemon. So as you can see, I do have a Ruin Legend on my team, and that is Chien-Pao. And so here's the team code for the team. Now I actually built this team on a video, so I'm gonna post that a link to that video at the end of this one, probably in the description as well. But I did kind of walk through my process for building this team for Regulation C is what it's called now for this new rule set. I built it, through the video, kind of walked through my thought processes and everything like that. So if you're interested in a full walkthrough of the team, please check out that video as well. But also, like I said, the team code is right here for you to check out. Now that we're in this new rule set with 4 new Pokemon added, all of which are these Ruin Legend Pokemon, I think there's a lot of potential in these Pokemon. So it's gonna open things up a lot, with the rise of these Pokemon. I think some of them are gonna be really good and they are gonna shape the metagame. And I think certain Pokemon that were previously really good will probably drop down, and other Pokemon that maybe were not so great or did not see so much usage before, I actually think might rise up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out. I'm just going to quickly go through the team here. I'm not going to spend as much time since I did already make that video, but we've got Choice Scarf Chi-Yu there to hit really hard, Terra Fire type. We've got Sub Encore Iron Bundle. We have pretty offensive Covert Cloak Goldango. It is max special attack and max speed. Then we have a bulky Dragonite. This is almost max HP with max defense and just there to be really tanky. Now, one small change I did make from the video is that I gave my Dragonite heavy duty boots rather than Rocky Helmet. I just felt like boots was going to be good because my team actually looks like it might struggle against stuff like Stealth Rock, and so because of that I thought that having the heavy duty boots on Dragonite would be pretty nice. I think I talked a little bit about Goldango. It's pretty traditional set. Then we have Assault Vest Kingambit with max HP and max attack, so it's going to hit really hard. And then finally we have Fluttermane. I think another change I made from the video was Fluttermane had choice specs, whereas in the team itself it actually has Focus Sash now. So I thought that, choice specs is good, but I kind of felt like Focus Sash would actually help a little bit more to give me that longevity against Pokemon that would otherwise knock me out. And yeah, I don't think there's too much else that needs to be explained about Fluttermane, but yeah, let's jump into some games. This is a brand new season. The ladder has reset, which means I'm back down, I think, to Great Ball tier. So, who knows what types of teams we'll face. It'll be fun to see kind of what other people are using, but yeah, stick around for the ride, sit back and relax, and let's get right to it. Alright, so first battle of the season, and our opponent has 2 of the new Pokemon. We only have 1, so they're already outdoing us. They have a Palafin team, which I like a lot. Chi-Yu looks pretty strong here, although they do have Palafin and Dragonite, and then they do have, I think that one is Ting-Lu, the Ground and Dark type. So, let's see, I think I have Earthquake on my Dragonite, not Fire Punch. I think I actually like an Iron Bundle lead here. It's actually pretty solid against a lot of their team, and it in fact has super effective moves for most things. And then I do think I like Chi-Yu. It can really pressure them and do a lot of damage. And then from there, Chi-Yu's gonna struggle against probably Palafin, and Dragonite looks scary in the face of Chi-Yu. So is it just going to be my own Dragonite? It might just be my own Dragonite here, because Fluttermane is a little scary. I'm going to bring Dragonite. My Dragonite is bulky, so that means I can definitely take hits from those 2 Pokemon that I mentioned. But we'll see. I don't know. This is an interesting start to the season, and I don't know. I always feel like I miss things. Ooh, cool. There's a new little background. I love that. I love their trainer card. I do love me some Palafin. I'm going to have to try to use more Palafin in this season. I did make a team last season with Palafin, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great team, actually. It actually did really well for me. And I definitely want to keep exploring Palafin because it's an awesome Pokemon. So they do lead Palafin just as I expected. And they're either going to flip turn or they're going to just hard switch. So I think I'm fine just going for Substitute here, because if they flip turn, I should take that really well. And also it'll reveal whether they are choice scarfed or not. But if they hard switch, obviously I get off a free substitute. So they do just switch straight up. That is going to allow me to get up a free sub and see what they go into. And I do think Iron Bundle has a solid matchup against their entire team. Oh god, well this thing lowers my special attack. That's actually funny. So this Hydro Pump, even though it's going to be super effective, it's going to be doing less damage to their Ting-Lu. But we're still going to try it here. I could go for Freeze Dry just for the 100% accurate move. Obviously it'll be a lot less powerful though. I'm just going to go Hydro Pump, see how much it does, and see what they are going to go for. And of course we miss our first Hydro Pump. Why wouldn't we miss it, right? They have Whirlwind. What? I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't even know this thing got Whirlwind. So that's actually kind of awkward on my part. But that's good information. Now that means if it does Whirlwind us into Dragonite, which it does, we are not going to want to set up, obviously. So this actually puts us in a really rough position here. I think I'm just going to go right back into my Iron Bundle. And knowing that this Pokemon has the ability that lowers my special attack, that means that my last two Pokemon are actually not going to be good. Chi-Yu is not going to be in a good spot here because its special attack is going to be virtually lowered. And they just go Ruination, which I think is a pretty good play. I think this lets me Encore them into Ruination though, which honestly is not amazing, but for what it's worth, Ruination will never kill me. So I think this is better than them just whirlwinding me into something else. Ruination also has a 90% accuracy, so there is some chance that they miss. All right, they go Ruination again. Because they're locked in, once again, I know that there is no way that they kill me. So, I mean, that's a small ray of hope here, but knowing that they have that Palafin in the back, I'm actually not really loving my position here. I'm just gonna go Freeze Dry, just see how much it does, and also, you know, maybe it'll freeze. I do doubt that though, but you know, might as well go for it. Puts them in a somewhat awkward position as well, I think. I never want to go sub though, because I'm pretty sure Ruination just automatically breaks my sub no matter what. This is going to allow them to switch though, which will reset my special attack, I guess you could say. All right, they go in Corviknight. This is going to take neutral damage from the Freeze Dry. Don't think it's going to take much. Ooh, actually, it kind of does a lot. No way. We actually do get the freeze. Obviously, as I always say, you know, that's never something you can bank on, but yeah, that's actually pretty funny. I don't think I want to mess around here and like set up a sub, even though it would be kind of free. I'm just going to go ahead and go Hydro Pump here. This should do a lot of damage. And if it doesn't kill, we should knock them out with the follow-up Freeze Dry. So I actually like this position that we're in here. And we get kind of a free knockout here, which, I mean, admittedly, yes, it's kind of cheap getting that freeze. This Freeze Dry has frozen for me, you know, more times than I would have expected, right? Because there was a video previously where I froze a Mimikyu with Freeze Dry. So that's great for me, just getting rid of this threat. Excuse me, I'm not getting emotional. I just, something got caught in my throat. But anyways, yeah, so getting rid of this threat is huge because Corviknight could actually take on my team really well. At least it could make Dragonite's day a lot worse. So just knocking that out this early in the battle is just fantastic for us. They go back into this thing. I'm assuming they're gonna have a ground type move, but I think I'm just gonna Hydro Pump here. It'll do the most damage, and even though their ability lowers my special attack, I actually feel like it's still going to do a lot because it's super effective. However, they are terrestrializing into a Terra Bug type. Interesting. Wonder what that's for. Is that just to kind of switch in on like, or take fighting type moves? Of course we do miss, so we've missed 2 Hydro Pumps, so I'm going to say that, I'm going to go ahead and say that that freeze was, oh wow, we actually survived. I'm going to say that that freeze was kind of earned on our part because we've missed 2 Hydro Pumps so far. So they went Earthquake. I'm just going to Encore them now. Encore them into Earthquake and then go into Dragonite and basically set up in their face, basically force a switch there. I don't love my matchup against this thing though with Dragonite, of course. But this will force their hand on revealing their last Pokemon. So I actually think this is a good spot for us to be in. I'm going to be completely honest once again, between this Pokemon and Wo-Chien, the grass and dark, like, kind of slug Pokemon, I don't remember which of them is more physically bulky and which is more specially bulky, I'm going to be quite honest. So Anyways, this lets us get off a free Dragon Dance if we want to, and I do think we want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and Dragon Dance here. Yeah, this forces them to switch out, and this reveals their last Pokemon. Oh, well, I'm so dumb. Of course, their last Pokemon is Palafin. So that always happens. I always forget things. That is so dumb of me. So their last Pokemon, of course, is Palafin. We're gonna Dragon Dance here. We did not Terrasilize, so we do not reveal that we are Terra Normal yet, which means that they are probably gonna go for Ice Punch. There's no way they go for just a Water type move. So I think we're free to just Terra. I'm gonna Terra Extreme Speed. I could have gone Terra and Dragon Dance again. I guess something else we need to keep in mind is against Ting-Lu. Yeah, the Terrasilizing when they have a Ting-Lu is a little rough because it means that they are going to be able to hit us with Earthquake, but I still think this is our best bet at trying to take down this Palafin. And if we can boost the power of our moves, that also makes it more likely that we can do just a lot more damage to Ting-Lu. So this is going to be a clean 2-hit KO on their Palafin, which is amazing. Even if they have Aqua Jet, we are going to be faster because Extreme Speed always gets priority, but they're actually going to switch here, which is interesting. I think that reveals to me that they're probably Choice Scarfed, which is funny because if they are Adamant Scarf, we are going to Speed Tie with my Chi. They are going to Speed Tie with my Chi-Yu. Although if they're Jolly Scarf, then they are going to be faster. So here, I don't think there's any... I kind of just feel like it's pretty likely that they're just going to Whirlwind, right? So... if I know they're going to Whirlwind, obviously I just want to Extreme Speed again. But they also might just go Earthquake. I think I just Extreme Speed just to scout. They're probably going to... they might even just Ruination, but we do have Roost. Once again, we are bulky as well, so we're not that afraid. Oh, they go Stealth Rock, which is kind of interesting. I mean, we do have Chi-Yu in the back, but if we get Chi-Yu in on this Pokemon, I kind of feel like we get a free knockout in that case. I don't think they ever want to switch into their Palafin right now, as long as my Dragonite is out. So, kind of liking where we're at right now. I feel like they're going to go for Whirlwind, but if they Earthquake, then we just kind of knock them out next turn, right? Or we have a chance to. Okay, they do go Whirlwind here. And I'm pretty confident Chi-Yu can knock out their Pokemon at this point, their Ting-Lu. I mean, I don't want to go for the Fire type move. They get the leftovers, right? So they can't switch in Palafin. It is actually scary, though. Like, if we knock this out... huh. Let's see. I could go Flamethrower. I'm gonna go Flamethrower because I think it's a guaranteed kill on Ting-Lu, and then, you know, there's a chance that so here's the thing, there's a chance that their Palafin outspeeds us anyway, and if that's the case, no matter what we went for there, their Palafin's gonna knock us out. So I would just rather guarantee the knockout on Ting-Lu, and if we happen to be faster than them, sure, Flamethrower will not kill Palafin, but we will have weakened it to the point where Extreme Speed should kill it. So I actually really like this position. They do have Jet Punch though, and that of course is absolutely going to destroy us. So as I said, it is actually better that I went for Flamethrower there, even though I was thinking of going for Dark Pulse. And plus, there's no way that they were going to switch in on Chi-Yu with their Palafin. So we know, well, we actually don't know that. They very well could be, this is actually a tough one, right? Because they switched out previously, it's likely that they're choiced, and if they're choiced, we're probably winning this game. I'm just gonna Extreme Speed. I think 2 Extreme Speed should win the game for us here, unless they have a fighting move and they're not choiced. Ooh, that's so close. Jet Punch. I think I should live this. Yup. Awesome. Yeah, I am bulky Dragonite, so we do live that pretty handily. You know, it kind of didn't matter which I went for there, whether I went for Dragon Dance or Extreme Speed, or even Roost for that matter, just to scout. But yeah, that ended up working out really well for me. So that was a good game. I feel like we played decently well, and my opponent played decently well as well, and I really like their team. You know, those bulky Pokemon are scary. That Ting-Lu is really scary because even though we had super effective moves for it, I was kind of afraid that we weren't going to kill it. Unfortunately, our Iron Bundle missed so many of their Hydro Pumps, but, you know, that balanced out by us getting basically that free kill on Corviknight by freezing it. All right, so game 1 of the season, we get a win here, so that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and get another one going. All right, game number 2. My opponent does not have any Ruin Legends. Either they didn't get the memo or they feel like they don't need them, which is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to criticize them. So I like Chi-Yu once again here. I think Chi-Yu is really strong. However, notably they have Hydreigon, who actually either resists or is immune to all of my moves as Chi-Yu. So I'm gonna have to be aware of that. I think I like Iron Bundle again, but at the same time, if they lead Torkoal, which is decently likely, they are gonna set up Sun, which is gonna weaken Hydro Pump. I just have not been having good luck with Hydro Pumps today. I could also lead Fluttermane. Fluttermane's a great Pokemon here. I actually really like Fluttermane. Kingambit's also pretty good here, although if they have a Fire move on their Fluttermane, it's a lot less good. Plus, they also very likely have a Fire move on their Hydreigon, so not too sure about that. And then they also have Cerulege, which is a really interesting one. So basically, I feel like I like everything here except for Goldango and Iron Bundle. So if I do bring Chi-Yu, I'm going to have to bring something for that Hydreigon. Kind of want to lead Chi-Yu. It's probably wrong. This is probably very wrong, but I'm going to lead Chi-Yu. I'm going to bring Fluttermane, and then I'm also going to bring Dragonite. I hope that's enough. I could have led Fluttermane, but with the Focus Sash, I think the Focus Sash is so valuable on it. The likelihood that they just break the Sash right away is kind of rough. However, I just realized right now that they could have Stealth Rock on their Torkoal, which is very bad for Fluttermane as well. So, yeah, this isn't great for me. So I'm just going to click Dark Pulse here. There is a chance I flinch them. Of course, I shouldn't bank on these hacks again, but the fact that they're getting up Sun also might help me, because maybe later on I can go for a really, really strong Overheat. Either way, I'm going to go Dark Pulse. This should do a lot of damage. That is a critical hit. Yikes. All right, that's a little rough. Unfortunately, I do get the crit, but my opponent's yawning me, so I'll call that fair. Now I'm just going to go ahead and go into Fluttermane. I'd rather Fluttermane take damage and have its Sash broken than Dragonite have the Multiscale broken for right now, so I'm just going to go Fluttermane. Just because I think Fluttermane is just a better standalone threat, like, without needing to set up. So if it has its Sash broken, I think it's okay. Oh, and I forgot about Photosynthesis. That actually helps me. Oh, yeah, okay, this is great. So I get kind of a knockout, I was going to say kind of a free knockout, but it's not exactly free. I am going to be able to get a knockout here on the Torkoal. I think it's fine to just go Shadow Ball. I don't think there's any reason for me to not go for this. And then, I mean, they could switch into Hydreigon, but that's fine. You know, if they switch into Hydreigon, we kind of force the Terra, because otherwise they know that they're going to get destroyed by a Moonblast. So this puts us in a really good position. We do have Heavy Duty Boots on my Dragonite as well, so we don't have to worry about the rocks for Dragonite. My team is very weak to rocks. I have Focus Sash on Fluttermane, and I mean, I have Dragonite, I have Iron Bundle, I have Chi-Yu. They're all weak to rocks. But of course, once again, I do have Heavy Duty Boots. I just go for Mystical Fire here. Of course, it's very likely that they have that they're going to Terrastalize, but I still think this is just a good play on my part. Even if they Terrastalize into something that resists Mystical Fire, I'm in the Sun and I'm a Fluttermane. I still feel like that'll do a lot of damage. I could also Terrastalize, maybe predicting like a Bullet Punch, and with Terra Fire, it'll do additional damage, but I think we're fine here. They're actually Terra Normal. I think that's because Lucario gets Extreme Speed, although they can't go for Extreme Speed against me. They do have the Bullet Punch, and that is going to take us down very low, but this should do, I guess it doesn't do quite as much as I'd had hoped, or I'd have hoped. So if I had Terrastalized there, I probably would have knocked them out. But I'm also fine just not burning that Terra just yet. So here what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is go into Chi-Yu. Do I want to do this? So here's my thought. I want to go into Chi-Yu now because I feel like if they have Hydreigon as their last Pokemon, we do not want to have Chi-Yu as our last Pokemon because we pretty much lose guaranteed. But if they have Extreme Speed and they kill me, then that's kind of like a waste. Yeah, I'm going to go Dragonite here. And I'm going to go ahead and Terrastalize and Dragon Dance. We are bulky once again. Terastallizing is kind of dumb here because they're a fighting type, but at the same time, because flying resists fighting, it's pretty unlikely that they're going to go for a fighting type move here, so I think we're in the clear. Get to set up a Dragon Dance and Terastallize, and I feel pretty comfortable with Dragonite being my last Pokemon. Like, if they just switch into Ceruledge, like, we have Multiscale still intact. Yeah, they're going to switch here. I'm gonna assume they have extreme speed on that Lucario, so we are gonna be afraid of that in the face of my Chi-Yu. They do have Flutter Mane though, so Chi-Yu against Flutter Mane would be better for us. So we get off a Dragon Dance. I'm not sure one Earthquake kills. They're not gonna go Shadow Ball. They're probably just gonna go Moonblast again. Huh. This is a tough one. If I Earthquake... Huh. I'm just trying to think ahead here, because I'm like, I might switch into Chi-Yu here, because I'm pretty sure I can take one hit from them, and then I should be able to outspeed with Choice Scarf, and then get them really low or knock them out. But then we're kind of back to square one anyway. Oh no! Oh no, I didn't mean to click that. I accidentally clicked Dragon Dance. Oh no. Okay, well, they go Dazzling Gleam and it does barely anything. I don't think I'm faster than them here, though. That was a misclick on my part, so if I lose because of that, you know, that's kind of funny. Have to go Earthquake here. I could Roost, but I should live this. Yeah, I do barely live this. I'm not faster, so this has to kill, otherwise it's GG. Okay, it's probably GG. If their Lucario has extreme speed, which again is very likely, I'm probably dead. So I go into Chi-Yu here. I should be able to knock out Flutter Mane, and then it's going to depend on their Lucario. So this might be a loss on my part. All right, let's go. I don't think it matters what we lock ourselves into. I definitely don't want to lock myself into Overheat. I think it's just going to be Flamethrower in case by some miracle if we have to, possibly burn the Lucario. Now, if they are also Scarfed, then this doesn't matter because we lose anyway, I think. Well, maybe not. I think we should live a hit from this. Chi-Yu actually has decent special defense, so we are going to knock them out. That's pretty awesome. And then, like I said, if they have extreme speed, I'm pretty sure they knock us out. We have pretty low defense and pretty low HP, and it's Terra Normal as well, so I'm pretty sure we lose the game here. Let's see. If not, I'm going to wonder why they're Terra Normal in the first place. Although, honestly, there's even a chance, even if they don't have extreme speed, that we don't knock them out with Flamethrower, so who knows? Let's see how this turn plays out. They're taking a while. I feel like if they had extreme speed, they'd click it right away, right? I don't know why they took so long. Either way, it's gonna be game, right? Let's see. What? No way! No shot. I win. I'm just stumbling on my words. I was gonna say no shot. I win this. No shot. I live that. I'm completely surprised by that. Wow. Lucario is a really cool Pokemon. I know it's a fan favorite, but sadly, it's not really that strong as you saw here. So it's cool. I respect my opponent for using Lucario, but unfortunately, it's just not that great. But anyways, you know, shout outs to my opponent. I really appreciate that. They had a great, you know, they played things pretty well. I'm kind of surprised I lived that. But anyways, we win another one. I love that. Chi-Yu's been doing great here. Let's go to game 3. And game number 3. My opponent has Chien-Pao, which I would say is kind of the scariest of the new legends. That's the Ice and Dark type. It's really fast. It actually has the same speed stat as Flutter Mane, and it hits really hard, and its ability lowers the defense of opponents. So that is pretty scary. I like Chi-Yu here. They also have a Spothra, which is another Pokemon I really don't like. I'm kind of tempted to lead with Chi-Yu, but I feel like they might lead with Iron Valiant. Let's see. I'm worried about that Spothra. I wonder if I ever lead King Gambit. Well, they have Iron Valiant, which obviously is a fighting type. This is actually a rough one. Maybe I lead Flutter Mane? Huh. I do want to bring Chi-Yu, but then I am afraid of that Chien-Pao. Okay, I have no idea if this is smart at all, and it very well might not be, but I'm bringing the same 3 as last time. Kind of feel like they give me the best chance here. That Azumarill might be scary. Actually, they have a couple fairy types that are kind of scary against Dragonite. Although I can totally just Terrastalize, but I don't know. And that's the cool thing about this team, like Fluttermane and Chi-Yu both don't need to Terrastalize to do well. You know, sure, there are cases where they can, and it helps a lot, but you know, I've been able to Terrastalize Dragonite, and that's been working really well. So my opponent leads Fluttermane, and I lead with my own. This is a rough one because it's kind of like a 50-50. If we're both timid with like either Focus Sash or Choice Specs or whatever, you know, obviously it's going to be a speed tie. So kind of depends on who gets lucky. I could Terrastalize to remove my Ghost type weakness, but I'm just going to go ahead and click Shadow Ball here. We'll see what happens. I am faster, but that could very well be a speed tie. And I know for a fact that I'm going to live any hit that they go for, which of course is a Shadow Ball. So it's kind of funny. We're just throwing these balls of shadow at each other. I am just going to go ahead and click Shadow Ball once again and hope I win the speed tie again, unless they're modest. They very well could be modest. Oh, their Life Orb. Okay, so they get knocked out to their own Life Orb here, which is amazing. So great turn 1 for us, although we are at 1 HP, so we'll see what they bring in here. The Paldea Champion. That is going to be Valiant. Okay. This thing does get access to Shadow Sneak, which I think is very likely what they're going to go for. And it's going to get the booster energy on its speed stat. Okay, so it actually kind of doesn't matter what it goes for here because of that booster energy, that means they are going to be faster. Let's take a look here and see if it's ever worth preserving the Fluttermane. It could be. What would they go for here? A Ghost type move, probably. This is going to be crazy. This is tough. I think I have to stay in because I was going to say I was going to switch into Chi-Yu predicting a Ghost type move. But given that they got a speed boost, that means they're probably going to be faster than us the following turn. So they could just go for a fighting type move and knock us out. So I think my smartest play is just stay in here. Get knocked out pretty much. They go Moonblast. Good to know. So they actually went for a good move there because that could have actually done a lot more damage to our Chi-Yu. So it's actually great that I did not go into Chi-Yu here. And I think this is actually scary. I might go into Chi-Yu and Terrastalize. Or I could go into Dragonite. I just feel like Dragonite's not going to do that much damage to this Iron Valiant, so this could be the riskiest play and maybe the dumbest play of all time. But I'm going to Terrastalize here and go for Overheat just to get a quote-unquote guaranteed knockout. It's not guaranteed at all, but I feel like if they go for a fighting move and we live, we might be able to knock them out with this Terra Fire boosted Overheat. And then depending on who their last Pokemon is, we might be able to like switch out, switch back in and do that again. They go Aura Sphere. I think I should live this now that I'm not weak to it. Perfect, because I do have decent special defense. And let's see how much this does. Yes, okay, cool. So we knocked them out. I felt like that risk was worth it, because if we knock this thing out, we're just in such a great position, because now we have 2 Pokemon left. And if their last Pokemon takes neutral or super effective damage to fire, we might be able to just get off a ton of damage here. Their last Pokemon is Azumarill though, so yikes. Okay, we've wasted our Terra, so our Dragonite is weak to Fairy. Okay, this might sound really dumb. I'm just gonna stay in and Overheat again. Yeah, I thought there was a chance that they would not go Aqua Jet. I just felt like if we went into Dragonite, oh, that does nothing. They might be Assault Vest. Okay. I'm glad they went for Liquidation. I was afraid they might go for like Belly Drum or something. Although if they went Belly Drum, actually, I think we'd win the game because then they would be super low. Dragonite could come in and go for Extreme Speed. So now we don't have the option to Terrastalize Dragonite. We are physically bulky. After 1 Dragon Dance, I should be faster than them. So as long as they don't get any attack drops with Play Rough, I kind of like our position here. I'm gonna Dragon Dance. I think boosting both our attack and our speed is good for us. This could be Terra Fairy. And since they know that we can't Terrastalize our Dragonite, they are safe to just go for a Fairy type move. This is absolutely Terra Fairy. This is scary. Scary Terra Fairy, huh? There's a chance they miss. Oh, we're already faster. Okay. I still like the attack boost on Dragonance though. We might be losing this one. I should live this, but we absolutely do not live 2. And I don't think Extreme Speed is gonna kill. And plus Roost doesn't get us back to full, so I actually have to go Extreme Speed here. And actually, I actually just go Earthquake because it's gonna do more damage because we're no longer Terra Normal. So we go Earthquake and we hope for the best. We hope they either miss Play Rough or that we somehow kill them. I don't think either of those are gonna happen, but you gotta play to your outs, right? So let's see what this does here. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right, so we end up losing that one, but that is okay. I think my opponent played really well there. You know, I played to my outs, but so did my opponent, and it just happened to be the case that our outs were my opponent getting lucky or me getting, or basically me getting lucky, right? So anyways, that was a lot of fun. Even though we lost that last one, it was still a lot of fun. You know, I think I still played decently well, and I made predictions and did things that I thought would optimize my situation. But I like this team a lot. I thought it was really fun. I really like Chi-Yu. Dragonite's as good as ever. Fluttermane's as good as ever. These are 2 Pokemon that were, you know, in the top 3 usage from the previous season for very good reason. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep trying things out. In the next video, I might try a new team, or I might end up using the same one. Let me know in the comments if you have a preference. If you'd rather see me use different Pokemon, let me know, because I would understand that, and I definitely want to try out more of these Ruin Legends because they're all really good. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.